Good morning. Today I'm going to take you through session 3 for class 8th, and the topic is phrase. Now, as we discussed earlier, we talked about sentence. Then I told you that I'll be discussing about sentence, kinds of sentence, phrase, kinds of phrase, and then the last one, the clause and the kinds of clause. This is a sort of introduction to all this topic, and I just want you to understand it. I don't want you to mug it up, I don't want to memorize it, but I simply want you to understand this and uh, try to write sentences using it. Means whenever you write a sentence, you should learn how to use phrase in it, and you should also learn how to identify phrase in a sentence, because as you will grow up in class 9th and 10th, and it will help you a lot in writing section. Now this is, although most of you have already studied in class 7th that a sentence, what is a sentence like, and you have also studied some part of phrase as well, but I am going to repeat myself. Means I am going to start it afresh. And so a phrase is a group of word that makes sense but not complete sense. It is a part of sentence and does not have a finite verb. So phrase is basically a group of word which has some sense but not complete sense. And the main fact here is that in a phrase you do not have a subject or a finite verb. So subject is missing and a verb is missing. So you have to keep in mind, whenever you see a group of words and it has no subject or verb along with it, you simply have to understand that it is a phrase. Now, phrase is divided into 5 different kinds. They are called noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase, and further on. I'm going to describe one by one. So, noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of words that does the function of a noun in a sentence and is called a noun phrase. So, you might have seen a noun phrase is actually a group of words function in sentence, and they are called noun phrase. Example: his sudden resignation is not good for company. So here, sudden resignation, his sudden resignation is actually a noun phrase followed by is not good for company. So that's is the main verb playing here, and his sudden resignation is the phrase because it is working as a noun and it is working as a subject in the sentence. The second one is adjective phrase. Now, most of you might be confused why and how it is working as a noun. Now, if you have studied case, you will remember that noun functions in 3 different types. It serves as a subject, it serves as an object, means direct or indirect object. It also serves as a in opposition. So I'm not going to go into that, but I simply want to tell you that when a verb is governed by some words or single word, that word would be noun. So here his sudden resignation is a noun phrase. The second one is a adjective phrase. A group of words that does the function of an adjective in a sentence is called an adjective phrase. Now here I have written it wrong, so I just want to rectify it. Adjective phrase. Now the third here example is my neighbor is a man with strange habit. Here my neighbor is a man with strange habit. Now look at this underlined word. With strange habit actually describes something about the man. It describes the quality or some feature of man. So it serves as an adjective and therefore it is an adjective phrase. Now another is adverb phrase. A group of words that does the function of an adverb in a sentence is called an adverb phrase. Now example is he lived in a Gulf country once upon a time. So here see the underlined points, once upon a time. It tells you about time, when, it answers your question when. So this talks about this part play works as an adverb. So this is called adverb phrase. Now post these phrases we also have verbal phrase. For example, verbal phrase consists of three non-finites. It could be an infinitive phrase, it could be a gerund phrase, or it could be a participle phrase. So here if you look at the sentence example, first I'll define it to you. An infinitive phrase starts with an infinite infinitive which is followed by objects and or modifiers. Now here if you look at the sentence example, you must work hard to pass your board examination with good marks. So here you see to pass is the infinitive and post infinitive it's the object. So here the to pass is the infinitive phrase, rather the entire section from here to last part it will be called infinitive phrase. Okay, now we have gerund phrase. A gerund phrase consists of a gerund and objects. So gerund, here we have example, he enjoys playing cricket in the evening. So here the gerund playing is there and this entire section would be gerund phrase. Now I doubt if you have any difficulty in understanding infinitive, rather I hope you all understand what an infinitive is, what a gerund is, and what a participle is. Now here the third one is participle phrase. A participle phrase consists of a present and past or perfect participle and object. The example to this is taking long strides he soon stumbled over the seat. Taking long, so this is the participle phrase. Okay, we can write it vice versa. We can also write it he soon stumbled over the rock taking long strides. Now this I can explain you in this video, but classroom sessions are better than an online video. So whenever we write a phrase and then we start our sentence, say our subject is post our phrase, then we put a comma. So if you look at the first example, it says taking long strides, comma, he soon stumbled over the rock. So this is the ideal way of writing a phrase if you begin with a phrase. Okay, now the fifth part is prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase consists of preposition, its object, and any modifier of the object. So a preposition phrase is those phrase which is followed by a preposition. So in this example, they danced like playful children. So like is the preposition and playful children is the object of like. So object along with the preposition is the preposition phrase. I hope you might have took us a little bit of notice. You might have understood what a phrase is, and now I'm giving you an exercise based on it, that identify the phrase in the following sentences, and here are your questions. Nirmal got injured in a road accident. He left for office in the morning. The book are on the table. You can see the examples here. Now I believe and I am pretty sure that most of you might find difficult in order to find the phrase. So I'll help you in the very first example. Say Nirmal got injured. Here if you look at this sentence, Nirmal is the subject, got injured is a verb, so it's both of them a verb. In a road accident, if we break the sentence, in a road accident, so this will be a phrase. Now if you look carefully at in this part, I'm not going to ask you to write the category or the type of phrase it is, but you can simply identify that in a road accident is a phrase. Now children, what I would request you all to do is understand this. It's not that difficult, but it will need your concentration and effort in understanding it. Simply understand, in a sentence you first identify where the subject is, remove the subject, post it, you have the verb. A verb could be one word, two word, or multiple words. Ignore that verb part also. The rest is your phrase. Okay, I hope this session and the last line that I said will help you to understand this session very well. I hope you all will be able to attempt this exercise, and I'll be providing you the answer of this exercise in my next session. That's the session 4, wherein I'll be giving all the answers from exercise 1, 2 and 3. I hope you have a better understanding, and this is, as of now, you will have to work on your own, think, concentrate, and try to understand all the facts that has been given to you. Read it, and if you still have a problem, you can post your questions and I'll answer you back. Thank you for now, and have a wonderful day. Bye.